Hey guys, if you like the content, please be sure to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Quick reminder to check out this week's Mortar Pod, our video podcast, and also check out this week's SeemsGoodMagic card giveaway. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing yet another Vintage Masters Swiss Draft. Our rare Coercive Portal. It is a mythic. Beginning of your upkeep, starting with you. Oh, I remember what this does. Yeah, this card's actually pretty good. So basically, for 4 mana, every turn you personally get to draw an extra card. I actually think that's a pretty good card. I like this one. So I just have to always vote Homage, because I don't really expect my opponent who's ahead on board to ever vote Carnage. So basically, you just get an extra card every turn, which, in my opinion, is very good. There's also Imperial Armor, which is a very strong card, but I also like that Coercive Portal keeps us completely open and basically just gives us a card draw engine in any color. This guy's good. I like the flanker that taps dudes. Imperial Armor is just a beast of an aura. It's so good. Choking Tethers is fantastic. I very much like Benevolent Bodyguard. Exile. Actually, just a lot of good cards in here in general. I'm going to take the Portal, though, because I like card advantage. I'm a sucker like that. Alright, so now we have Solar Blast as well as Kindle. There's also Rescind. Killer Whale is good. Typically, burn cards are pretty popular. I'm trying to think which one I like more, Solar Blast or Kindle. I mean, clearly Kindle's better if you end up with a bunch of Kindles, but Solar Blast is pretty awesome. Gets cycling effect as well as nuke to the face. I have a suspicion that Solar Blast is a better card because of cycling. Rescind is very good though. I do like that card. Bouncing plus cycling. I mean, what more versatility do you want, honestly? Get rid of anything on the board or draw another card. Both of those are fantastic. Expunge is also really good. That's a good card. You know, I think I'm actually going to take the Expunge. I mean, yeah, it's like Terror, but you can cycle it too. That's pretty good. I think Expunge is good. Alright. Follow-up pick. Well, I've got another Solar Blast in here. Gaia's Embrace is good. I have played it. Ophidian is good. Prophetic Bolt is pretty awesome. That's some powerful... That's a powerful spell. Definitely. Maybe we're doing some sort of Grixis nonsense or something like that. I mean, the strongest cards in this pack, in my opinion, Ophidian because mono blue. So many blue cards support Ophidian. Solar Blast, more red burn. Third pick red burn is actually a decent sign. Red could be open. Prophetic Bolt is definitely the best card in here, I think. This is just a wonderful, wonderful card. 4 damage to any target, and you get to look and make some extra awesome decisions. But it is also 2 colors. I'm going to take it. If it doesn't pan out, so be it. But I'm going to take it. I like that card a lot. Alright, what's the Shapeshifter do? As long as the top card of your graveyard is a creature card, it has the full text of that card and has the text discard a card, discard a card. And has the text to discard a card, to discard a card. Oh, I see what it's saying. So it has to discard a card. Why would I want to... Oh, you want to discard a creature card. Okay, it makes sense now. All right. But the top card of your graveyard has to be a creature card, or else it doesn't... Or else it's a 3-mana 0/1. That's not very good. Carnophage is a card, as well as Fledgling Djinn. I think Djinn's probably a better card than Carnophage. It's better to have the evasion that punishes you every turn, rather than the non-evasion that doesn't necessarily punish you every turn. I'm going to take the Fledgling Djinn. Okay, so now we have Kenai Aven. There's a Chain Lightning. Alright, 5th pick Chain Lightning is definitely motivating me to want to go deeper red. That is a very late Chain Lightning. Kenai Avon is also good. I like cycling. I like 2/3 flyers. I like 2/3 bodies in general. Give flying to him as well, and that is pretty awesome. Phyrexian Defiler. This guy's actually pretty good. Kills stuff or he's a hill giant. Hill giant that kills things is pretty good. It's no chain lightning, but it's still pretty good. I mean, currently a little bit deeper black than this prophetic bolt, but it's really hard to argue against chain lightning. That's just an awesome card. I do like the Defiler, though. It's also a combat trick. I'm going to go with the Lightning. Fifth pick makes me feel a little bit more confident about it, but we'll find out if it's happening or not. Alright, I do like the Night Stalker. Making your opponent sack guys is good. Chartooth Cougar fixes, which is nice. I've played this guy a few times now, and I'm generally pretty satisfied. Mana Prism also helps fix for us if we're making this 3-color nonsense work. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I do like the Night Stalker, though. Body plus make your opponent sack dude is pretty good. Hard to argue, but I think I want the fixing to work out in here, so I think I'm going to take the Mana Prism. I do like the versatility of Cougar, though, with the mountain cycling. I think I'm going to go with the Cougar. You don't get the blue and black, but I just like the Cougar. I think it's good. Alright, so now I think we can easily take Rocky Tar Pit. There's also Flowstone Hellion, which is fine, not amazing. Kenai Avon, which is good. Spark Spray, playable. Barrenmore, same thing. Let's just go with the Tar Pit. Get some more fixing going for us. Okay, so now it's Barrenmore versus Killer Whale versus Wall of Diffusion, Reckless Charge. I mean, that's a late Killer Whale. This is an excellent finisher. There's Bodyguards and Nomad in here too, both of which are good. Kind of tempted to go with Killer Whale, although it is deep blue, admittedly. It just doesn't strike me as a Reckless Charge deck so much. Barrenmore is cycling, which is good. I'm going to go with the finisher in Killer Whale. I know we're not super deep blue, but that's just a good card. I think it's, geez, Imperial Armor Tables? What is going on? We're going to take the Choking Tethers because I love that card. Whether or not you're a tempo beatdown deck or not, it's always nice to have Choking Tethers. I love the, just love the versatility of it. Tap your team down for lethal attack or tap that dude down and draw a card, both of which are phenomenal. Very good blue card. Double Killer Whale, you say, huh? Well, I'd almost rather have the second Cougar, get some more red fixing. That way I can be, with double Cougar you can be pretty light red and just easily mountain cycle. I mean, double Killer Whale's perfectly legit too. They are good finishers, no doubt. I'm going to go with the extra fixing and cycling. Especially, I mean, if I get a Lightning Rift deck or something, look at all the cyclers I already have. So, Tabling Ophidian. Are people even taking cards? What's going on? This is just weird. Ophidian is fantastic. Temporal Fissure is playable. Scourge Familiar is, I guess, technically playable too. But, I guess I'm a little bit threat light. They're both pretty uninteresting. I don't see myself storming too often, but geez. Table Phyrexian Defiler too? This is my lucky day. And Mana Prism. I'm getting just playables all day. It's like people really want us to play this 3-color deck. Alright, Winds of Wrath, which is not the pick. Dark Hatchling is pretty awesome. Very good. Very good card. There's also Chainer's Edict, which is cheaper. But Dark Hatchling is an uncommon that comes in with evasion, so it beats down and it kills things. I mean, that is very tough to argue. This thing does kill 2 guys, though, which is pretty phenomenal. I love the flashback on that. Very good. Krovicon Sorcerer is actually playable in here. 2 in the pack, so I imagine one is going to wheel. Edict and Hatchling. I mean, Hatchling is 6 mana. We do currently not have a ton of early stuff going on. and a decent amount of finishers already. But, I mean, just the sheer versatility of this is fantastic. Edict versus Hatchling. Typically, Edict is like a dead card against the token strategies. Not that there's a ton of that, but Goblin decks are pretty popular. But then again, Dark Hatchling's not great against them either because you're just kind of slow. I can't help myself. I'm still going to go with the Hatchling. He's expensive, but he's so big and awesome. I love what he does. Okay, well, we can take an Edict now. There's also another Fledgling Djinn. Goblin Settler destroys things, which is cool, but Suchi ramps. Dothy Mercenary gets through, which is good too. But I think we're actually going to go with the Edict here over the Repel, which I also like. But I do like Repel. But I'm going to go with the Edict here. I'm fine with that. Just get more removal. So I should decide what my base colors should be. So I definitely want to be currently, if we color sort, I've got, I guess, mostly black and then split pretty evenly amongst red. Alright, so I can be very light in red. That's what I want to be. Because I have very easy ways to splash for red. So let's focus on black-blue. And if we're focusing on black-blue, we're likely going to want Krovicon Sorcerer here. But we're already going to table one. And I don't need two. I really don't think there's any chance that we don't table one of these sorcerers, so is there anything in here I'd prefer to have now? Maybe Triangle of War, but I guess I don't have it. My creatures are decent for fighting, though. They're certainly not bad. Aftershock is removal. I'm going to go with Triangle of War. It's not the greatest card, but if I end up with enough creatures, I might want it. Just Krovicon Sorcerer for days. I still think we're going to table one too. What's Gush do? I believe it's turn 2 islands rather than pay. Yeah, that's pretty good. And you get to, and it's instant speed. Alright. I guess I can get behind Gush. This is like banned in some format, I thought, but maybe not. There's also an Aftershock here, but I wouldn't mind having one of them, I guess. Yeah, I guess we can go with Gush. Paralyzed, once again, doesn't work too well alongside the Edict. So I'm not really looking at Paralyzed, although I have played it now and I liked it. Jeez, there's just good cards in here. Mana War, Kindle. I think I can go Mana War over Kindle. There's also Predatory Night Stalker. The reason that I would want to do that, well, red's my splash color currently. And to be honest, we might even get out of red. I'm not sure yet, but I feel like there's really no reason to not to get out of red since we've got some very good cards in there, but we don't have to focus too much more on it. And Mana War is just a fantastic card. It's just a fantastic card. Very good. Alright, Serendip Efreet is fantastic, much better than Fledgling Djinn. But having multiple flyers that damage myself is a bit troublesome. This guy has the benefit of being an awesome blocker, though, as well, so I do like that. We don't appear to be Storm very easily, so I don't think that's an option. Scrivener looks fine in here, I guess. Wait, how are all the sorceries we've got? Or instants, excuse me. Expunge, Choking Tethers, both of those are fantastic. Prophetic Bolt, Gush, geez. We actually have some good Scrivener targets, but I think I still want the Serendip Efreet. This guy's a great finisher. Something this deck could really use. Just a nice, cheap, efficient finisher. Okay, so now I suppose we can take Repel. It's more removal. I'll take it over the small flyer. I like being the removal dot deck. Those are fun. Alright, Tethers, number 2 versus Scrivener. I still think we want the Tethers. I like the Scrivener too, but Tether's just too good to pass up. Especially if this deck ends up with a Lightning Rift somehow. Alright, so we did table a Sorcerer. We'll take that. Probably play it. This is 22 cards, not including the Rocky Tar Pit. Could take a second Prism, but I don't know if I'm feeling that. Not really feeling the Settler so much. I'm not really feeling double gin with Serendipity Efreet. Just seems wholly unnecessary. I can take Settler for sideboard if there's some land that's crazy that I need to deal with, maybe. I really don't need multiple Crovicon Sorcerers. I don't think I'm going to do it anyway, but I guess we can hate the Benevolent Bodyguard because that card's just straight up good. So we did table all the Sorcerers. Don't really plan on playing any of these cards. Let's hate the Breath of Life. The Reanimator strategy maybe someone's doing. Jeez. Paralyze, I guess, but not super likely to play it. Alright, tabling Scriveners, that's good. And a last pick Spinalgraft. Not really interested. Alright, I mean, I would say we can still pretty easily go 3-color. We can go 3-color no problem, as a matter of fact, but I think the question is, what am I wanting to play main deck, what am I not? Like, Scourge Familiars, not really feeling it. I'm not even really feeling the Fledgling Djinn anymore. Another Shapeshifter, huh? What's Cloud Djinn do? 6 mana, 5/4 flying. That's a pretty good finisher. Kind of need cheaper stuff. There's Swords of Plowshare in here. Ophidian. Chain Lightning number 2. Yeah, I think we can take the second Lightning. We can just go Omega Deep on removal. And that gives us something cheap to do too, which I like. Alright, so we'll take the Lightning. I mean, Factor Fiction is fantastic too, but tough to argue against just straight up good removal. Good cheap removal. Ophidian number 2 would be fine too, but we're going to take the Chain Lightning. Alright, Future Sight's cool, but I'm in the market a little bit more for this Kindle. Scrivener tabled last time. Deep Analysis is fine. Kindle it is. Magically our first one, although the third one we've seen. Okay, so Commando comes in and kills something, which is good, but I think we're more in Ophidian territory with the vast amount of removal we have. I think it just makes a lot more sense for what we're trying to do. Ooh, what's this crazy? I think I've seen her before already. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So Tar Pit number 2. No, I think we're just going Mana War. It's a pretty easy choice. Mana Wars and Ophidians, like I said. I've managed to play Mono Blue once and with a friend, and we just absolutely destroyed with it. It was like 4 Ophidians, 3 Mana Wars, some Choking Tethers. It's just, yeah, this deck is just removal right now, like so much removal. Like I can easily take Choking Tethers number 3. There's really never a time where you can't play this card, you know. I think it's always pretty easily playable. Another flyer, Baron Moore for cycling. Don't really need the Killer Whale at this point. Already have enough finishers. Defiler tabled last time, but I admit I'm not opposed to it. So 26 cards, so I could cut 3 cards. Like, we don't need the Djinn anymore. That one, I'd much rather play just the Efreet. We're much more of an Efreet deck anyway. I probably don't need the Sorcerer, even though if I was going to play any deck that had it, this would be the one. I'm actually light black. Somehow that managed to pan out that way. I thought black was my base deck, but now I'm looking much more red-blue. I guess I'll take the Kenai Aven if I'm looking more red-blue. Ophidian, Tyrant's Choice is fine, but this isn't, I'm not really a burn deck per se. Let's just go Ophidian number 3. You can, with this much removal, you play Ophidians. That's just the way it is. So I could take the Aftershock, could take the Paralyze, could take the Giant Strength. I mean, it's fine. It's good on an Ophidian, maybe. Maybe I get out of black. Guess it would be easy enough, wouldn't it? The black I have is pretty good, but at this point, it's probably not even necessary, is it? So, I guess I'd take the cave then. Let's see here. Cloud Gen, yeah, it's a good finisher. Let's take that. Can't block very well, but 5 power flying is pretty good. Scrivener number 2, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. We got the Bolt, Kindle, Repel, Tethers for days. Yeah, we've got enough to make double Scrivener seem like a good plan. Haven't quite figured out what I'm cutting for it yet, but I'll eventually get to that. Close to mono blue. Jeez. That's crazy. All right. Shelter can be annoying. Can be really annoying. More paralyzes, really. I guess I just take it because it's a good card. Just late shelters. Jeez. I'm not playing Falter. Alright, this was a weird draft. I mean, I ended up with a good pool. And, I mean, my pool was so good I cut the color I started with, oddly enough. But that was just weird. I was getting cards late that I wasn't expecting. And so, yeah. Triple choking tethers, that's the thing. Let's get all that. I mean, we have the black we have is good, but I think I actually like the red more. I mean, Settler can be good, potentially. Still want the Portal. I like drawing cards. Don't need the Mana Prism, and we've got a Forgotten Cave. All right, so this is 24, and I think because I've got card draw and cycling, I still want to play 17 lands. So I need to make a cut. Let's set aside non-creature stuff. Yeah, I guess we can cut the Settler main deck. It does make us have a low creature count, 13, but our removal is great. And we have card draw up the yin-yang. Gush and Coercive Portal, Prophetic Bolt, also nice card advantage. And then just tons of cycling effects and such. Yeah, this deck's pretty good. It's tough to argue against this deck, I think. Yeah, curve is a bit weird, I guess, but these things double as like 2 drops. Got to keep that in mind. They do stuff. Yeah, this deck's good. I think this deck's good. Very heavily blue. What do they suggest? They 12-4. I'm not doing that. 10-7 seems more reasonable to me, especially considering we have 1 spell in the entire deck that requires 2 blue. I'm probably even comfortable going 9-7 just because of that, but actually we are going to do 10-6 because I've got the double Chartooth Cougar. So if I'm short on a red source, and I do at least want to be able to hit my blue source. All right, this deck's pretty good. Very, very weird curve, but once again, remember these are like 2 drops. So this deck's cool. A lot of good value. Ended up cutting the color I started with, but I'm not even upset about it because everything we have in blue and red and our almost mono blue deck is pretty awesome. Our finishers are good. Jin, Whale, Double Cougar. I've been finishing games with these guys a fair amount, and I just really like them. They're good. Okay, yeah, we're running it like this. Pretty good deck. Tough to put an exact number on it, but I think it's pretty high up there. It might be like 7.5, 8. Just a lot of high value, good spells. All right, I'll see you round 1.